Hello, Monsignor Gray here at St. Thomas Church, and just giving you an update on the work that's been done in the sanctuary. So you can tell that as we're getting ready for new things in the sanctuary, you can tell everything has been, some things have been stripped away as we see the carpet removed. So they're getting ready for the marble tile that will be put in. And I'll point out a couple things, one of which is that when we look at the niche for the Blessed Virgin Mary, so this is where Our Lady of Guadalupe was, and they have a niche now for what will be a new mosaic that will go into that space. And of course, then also something else that's going to be brand new, which is this niche here, and this will be where we'll have St. Joseph. Those will be two new things as we see some of the work in the sanctuary here. And actually, to look at that a little bit more closely, some of the things that they'll do, this will actually really be a very lovely piece, as we see an inlaid space for a mosaic. So for the Blessed Mother, which will also have lit, so this will be an area for devotion. And then the same thing off on the other side. As on the other side of the sanctuary, you can even tell that the wall itself has been finished off, so everything there is straight, so it's symmetrical. Before, you might remember that was not, there was kind of a cutout area there. So of the other things, probably more significantly, is that the back wall of the sanctuary has been filled in. So now we see there's no longer a doorway off to the side. So this is a doorway that sometimes you would see people walking back and forth, or the same type of thing on the choir side. So those doors have actually been filled in, and instead they're now side doors. So this is less distracting, but it then allows people to pass through a side passageway where they're going to be much less visible, and the same thing on the other side. One of the other details, and this might be one of the things that people would say, well, this doesn't seem all that important, does it? Well, this is one of the most important things that you'll see. So there's a new cutout here. What is that for? Why is that so important? Trust me that this is one of the most exciting and most important additions that you'll see to the sanctuary. This will provide air conditioning. So this is actually a vent that's going to bring air conditioning into the sanctuary area itself. I know one of the things people talk about, they say, why is it so cold? Well, the church itself, the main body of the church is air conditioned, but there is no ventilation at all in the sanctuary. So that's why we needed fans, everything. There was no air movement. And it may seem kind of strange, but being up a couple feet and then the vestments that we have to wear, it is much warmer than you think. So it's a lot hotter. You think it wouldn't make any difference, but it really does. So instead, now by making this addition, we'll be able to provide some cooler air to the sanctuary. That will mean that we won't have to provide as much cool air to the rest of the church. So what we'll be able to do is more effectively cool the sanctuary a little bit, which means we have to direct less air conditioning toward the body of the church. I suspect there'll be people very happy about that. So just a couple things, and then of course we still have the wall here that's getting ready for the addition of the details of the reredos. So as we see spaces for the different saints, as we'll have room then for Elizabeth Ann Seton, room for St. Patrick in honor of Monsignor Watson. On the other side, room for St. Bernard of Clairvaux to connect us with our historic mother parish, St. Bernard. So Monsignor Bernard Rank was our first pastor, and St. Bernard's parish in Peoria was our mother parish before St. Thomas became a parish of its own. And then we'll have room for St. Thomas the Apostle itself. So looking forward to all of these things. Progress is being made, and we look forward to seeing that progress continue.